Welcome back to the MBM Vault, live from riotradio.ca on the Media Hub. We're your hosts, Abigail Hamilton.
I'm Kim Shergovin. This show is all about music, local talent, industry news, and most importantly, fun. Today we'll be interviewing Alyssa and Nanami from our team.
Woohoo.
Woo! So Abigail, how are you doing?
I'm so tired, and the semester just began.
I'm so tired as well. I feel like we both went to bed at, what time? 2? Maybe 3?
2:30ish.
Honestly, at 2 I just put my phone down and just passed out.
I was similar, except for I put my phone down, and then I sat there and stared at the ceiling for a little while.
I fall asleep so easily when I don't have class, but when I have something I need to do, sleep does not happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's not fun. How was your winter break? Because we just got back from that.
I didn't work during winter break, so I got some nice time to just, decompress and, take a minute. Because I think I've been working every Christmas break since maybe the 9th grade.
No way.
So it was about time to be like, hey, I could actually enjoy winter break as, a normal person who's still in education.
Where do you work?
I work at Loblaws.
No way. Do you get a discount?
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
half the time if my PC Optimum card works, but it doesn't half the time, so you do what you can do.
I did absolutely nothing during my break. I think I left my house twice and once on a weekend. I think I binged every show on Netflix and every true crime video on YouTube. But yeah.
I don't know what I did. I think I'm trying to recall what I did for winter break. I went to Casino Rema.
What's that?
You don't know what casino? I guess,
feel like I do.
Sorry, you don't live anywhere near me. That's probably why you don't know what
It's
Casino
just, I'm
Rema is.
imagining it's just a big casino.
It's a big casino, yeah. It's
Dang.
a very big, fancy casino in Aurelia. So
I've never been to a casino.
I've been to 2 different casinos.
Also, I don't think I listened to music once during the break, which is kind of crazy.
That's terrifying.
I think because
actually.
during the semester, I listened to music 24/7.
Oh yeah, you get a little tired of talking about music and listening to music,
and I never have
especially when
time
you're
to catch
forced
up.
to do it.
Exactly.
So
I never had time to catch up on my shows, so I think that's what I was focusing on. So, Abigail, what is your role in our enterprise?
yes, we've done some role shifting. We are a full female enterprise at the moment, women empowerment. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
I am your manager and your co-host this semester.
Woo! The best manager out there.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I am going to be co-host, and I'm going to do 2 social media posts every week, which is New Music Monday and Fresh Friday.
So make sure you go look at them.
Follow
They're
MBM Vault
very
on
good.
Instagram and everything else.
So you're going into your second semester.
Oh, first year, yes. So exciting. Classes don't seem that bad. I'm kind of scared for contract law. Not gonna lie to you.
You have it with, you don't have it with Marnie.
No, I have it with Evelyn, which
Yeah,
I don't think you guys have had her
I can't tell
before.
you whether you should, look out or something. 'Cause I have no idea.
It just seems like it's
Wasn't
a
that
lot of information. So,
I did, I remember one project in contract law that you might or might not have to do. We had to find an article on a lawsuit about contracts and then make a presentation on it.
yeah.
I actually did surprisingly well in that.
I
think that's
just
the only
found
reason
my
I
article.
passed.
I think I found my article yesterday. It's on Meg Thee Stallion and her record label or her old record label, should I say?
Interesting.
Yes, but I'm quite.
I think I've heard something about that, but honestly, there's so many that they're just all
There's so
molded
many
together.
I'm kind of scared for that presentation. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It wasn't that bad. Again, I can't really warn you about it because we have different professors. It was just the one thing that everyone seemed to get caught on is Marnie would ask us questions after the presentation about our article, and there was a lot of people that couldn't answer her questions, so it kind of reflected badly on your presentation.
Yeah, she told us she was gonna do that.
Yeah, I think the reason I did so well on that was because I did not shut up after she asked me the question.
That's not a bad thing.
So it's not that bad. Is there any class you're looking forward to?
I think Overview 2, which is the guest speaker class, because I think it's just a cool thing to have. I'm not excited to write the 700-word paper after, but yeah, I think that class is going to be super cool. We had someone come in on Tuesday, and I got to ask them questions, which was really cool. But yeah, I followed them on Instagram. They followed me back, so I feel like it's going to be a good way to network if we all just reach out to them after. So.
Yeah. So is yours on Zoom or in
Yeah,
person?
it's on Zoom with Tony.
Ours was on Zoom too.
You had Tony?
Yeah.
I love Tony.
We had Tony first and second semester.
What was your favorite class from
first year?
First year.
I have to think about that one.
I think mine's been networking so far.
I like networking. Networking was fun. That might just, like, I think a lot of us found it boring last year, but I found it really helpful.
I loved it. I loved, like planning out, like, a trip to go to a conference. Like, that was so fun.
Yeah. I found the business card project we did was actually kind of fun.
I love that.
What else was there? I can't even remember any of my first.
Overview, event planning was first year.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I think my favorite class might have just been Scent.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I love Scent.
That might just be because we had, like, our enterprise, like, runs the most smoothly as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and I feel like we're the most consistent in terms of routine because we're here every day of the week.
And it's like...
not every day.
It's a pretty set, like...
schedule.
Schedule and, like, plan of what you have to do with your enterprise.
Yeah.
But we have so much freedom with it that we can kind of do whatever we want.
Yeah. I also feel like a lot of the other enterprises are dependent on having an artist, so it's kind of like a longer process because they have to reach out to their artists.
They're also all dependent on each other as well.
Yeah.
Whereas we're like,
we are,
could
but we're
interview,
not.
Or we could interview someone outside the program or ourselves.
Yeah.
Like today.
We just have a lot of options. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you listen to a lot of music during the break?
I did. My favorite band put out an album on the 1st of December, and it's, according to my Spotify statistics, it is now in my top 20 most listened to albums of all time.
What album was it?
It's, the title is...
What band was it? Or group?
It's a K-pop band. It's
Ooh.
their 80s.
I'm not surprised.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
No,
I thought it was going to be like Travis Scott or something.
No, actually. There was a time and place for that. No longer.
No way. I can't imagine you just sitting there.
You know that album with, like, I think it's called Rodeo or something?
Yeah.
Long, long ago at a place far away? Then.
Okay. Like a few.
Mostly because of my sister. So my sister listens to stuff like that.
Do you still listen to that album, or are you kind of, like, bored of it?
I listen to it in the car with my sister because we have such conflicting music tastes. So we have to go back and, like, figure out when there was a time when we actually had, like,
similar music tastes?
Yeah.
That's me with my family. I kind of like country music a little bit. So whenever I'm in the car with my parents, I put on country music and they're just like, can we not do this? I'm like, no, we're going to do it. Like I said, I didn't listen to music too much, but when I did, it was just me clicking my repeat.
Oh, yeah. I've recently decided to get over my slight vendetta against Spotify-made playlists because it's always, like, random songs you've never heard before, and it's just, like, you do realize I don't want to listen to anything new. Mm-hmm. Like, I know what I want to listen to. I'm very much a playlist maker.
Yeah.
So, and then I just,
Me too.
I finally got over it just enough to use the on-repeat playlist on Spotify. Because that's statistically just all the music you have been listening to.
I find when I'm the slightest bit stressed, I just make a playlist. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's like a...
For me, it's when I'm procrastinating.
Valid. No, for me, when I'm procrastinating, I just look through my playlist in depth, and I'm like, let's see if I have any duplicates.
Duplicates, yeah. Wait, you actually put duplicates on your playlist?
By mistake, because sometimes they delete it or upload it with different album covers, so then it, like, does it twice. So I, like, add it in, and it won't say, like, it's already in your playlist. Add anyways. It just adds
that. Yeah, no, I get that.
Because I have a lot of throwback playlists. So I'll be like, I forget that it's a throwback and I already added it in.
Yeah, for me, it's whenever it's, like, released as a single, and then I add the single to the playlist, and then eventually it's, like, I just add the actual whole playlist. Not playlist, album, you're right. My bad.
You're okay. You're
to the playlist, and then it's, like, I play the song in shuffle, and then, like, 2 songs later, it'll come back on again. I'm like, what the heck?
Would you say that album is, like, the artist you've been listening to, like, most as of recently, or who have you been listening to?
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
Yes, it's my favorite artist of all time.
Really?
So.
Mine right now, actually not surprisingly, is The Killer Roy. I don't know why. On repeat. I think it's because he kind of sings, he kind of doesn't. But it's, like, kind of poppy, kind of not.
I understand that.
I heart him heavily.
Mine is on the more slightly aggressive side of K-pop, if you can imagine that exists.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the only K-pop I listen to is, like, when Jungkook, that guy.
Oh yeah.
He like features with someone.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I've listened to K-pop, I think.
His album was actually pretty good. I haven't listened to all of it, but
he has a song with Jack Harlow and the Kid Laroi. Well, 2 separate songs. Favorite songs. Well, not favorite, but both in repeat.
He's a very good singer.
Yes.
And very good dancer. So.
All the songs that are being played today are also in my repeat.
Yeah, I didn't pick any of the songs. We can all congratulate Kim on fully making the script all by herself. It's a very big milestone.
Yes.
Only
took me like 3 hours.
And like as long as you take those 3 hours in your report, I don't care.
You know what? I'll probably just take 2 because I could have gotten it done in
You're like
2.
Lily.
I could have gotten it done in 2. I just procrastinated.
Lily's
it was 3.
like, she'll come up to me and she'll tell me all the stuff she did this week, and then I'll go look at her report and I'm like, where is half?
See, no, because I did half on Tuesday and I did half on Wednesday. So I'm just gonna
still this week though.
Yeah, I'll just say 2 hours, 2.5. I don't know. We'll see how many hours I have.
I'm
gonna
start like saying I don't like accept your hours for your report simply because like, where is half of it?
I will simply cry. So, I mean, with that being said,
some enterprises are in worse states than ours.
Yeah, ours is great.
I don't mean to.
That was
down on any of them.
That was a optimistic comment towards us.
Sure, let's go with that.
But with that being said, coming up after music break, we'll be talking about what you can expect from us throughout the semester.
And don't forget, you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub and at MBM Vault.
We're going to play you some of the music I was just talking about. Here's Dance Alone by Preston Pablo and Meltdown by Niall Horan, live from the Media Hub at riotradio.ca.
And welcome back to the MBM Vault. We're your hosts, Abigail Hammerton.
And Kim Schwagobin. Welcome back.
We're going into segment 2.
Woo.
So you can expect Kim and I as your designated hosts for the rest of the semester, and if one of us is sick, I believe that our lovely assistant manager Lily will fill in for us.
Which you would have seen her in the gingerbread making video, right?
Yes.
She hasn't been on air.
No. She's self-proclaimed gingerbread house master, so
yes.
Very surprising when she didn't win.
We did so good, if you guys weren't aware. I was with Lillian.
Oh, yeah, you also didn't win.
I also didn't win. It's because you guys posted the back of our house as the front of our house.
I was going to say, yeah, the photo didn't shed your house in a very good light.
The
I think
side
you
that
got
was
like
posted,
1 vote, and it was me.
No, we had 2, and the other one was me.
Yeah, so both of us, Lily didn't even vote for your gingerbread house.
She didn't even know. But the back of the house, it like our icing wouldn't come out, and then it just came out all at once. So it just looks like a mess. And in the front,
yeah, and Alyssa kept
so
stealing your icing.
Yeah, Alyssa.
I'm
going to confront her about that actually in the next segment.
Absolutely.
I'm going to introduce her. Alyssa, icing stealer.
I don't know, Alyssa, if you can hear us or if you're even out there.
Oh, I don't
Stop stealing people's icing.
It's a crime.
It's not nice.
It's bullying.
Okay, moving on. So on our social media, we'll be posting songs of the day every day, New Music Monday, and Fresh Music Friday. And we will have announcements for guests and anything you need to know about the show. We probably should have went over this at the beginning of last semester, but I didn't think about it. So thank you, Kim.
You're welcome. But yeah, if you just want to learn a bit about us and kind of what we've been listening to and songs we like and kind of just what we're doing, because we also post a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff before the show there as well, go onto our Instagram page at the MBM Vault. We also have people on our team doing YouTube, which we post like really cool vlogs and get to know you videos, gingerbread house videos also on there. TikTok, we have a really cool video where we introduce each other, or we get introduced. We also have, we have a Spotify page, I believe, which has...
we've got some playlists on there that I need to refresh.
Yeah, usually I think we're going to start adding the songs we play in the episodes into the playlist. So if you hear a song you like and you don't remember the name or you miss me saying it, you can go into Spotify. It should be there at some point in time.
Yep, and if you ever miss an episode, you can hear it on riotradio.ca or YouTube as well as Spotify.
Yes, you can watch us anytime you want.
And then New Music Monday, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I remember, New Music Monday is any albums or songs, singles, whichever that has come out in like the last week or two. And then New Music Friday, or Fresh Music Friday, is when we ask our listeners and people on our social media what music they're listening to at the moment.
Yeah, and if they enjoyed listening to an album, if they listened to it yet. It didn't start this week, but next Monday it'll be starting, so look out for that.
We're back into our social media as of today.
Our social media, we're very active on all of our platforms, so just kind of follow us. We do some really funny stuff, to be honest with you.
Yep, and if you have any questions or inquiries, you can just direct message us.
Yeah.
So we will answer.
And if you just want to see who's coming on our show, or if we're doing it here, if we're not doing it here.
Speaking of, if you have sent an email in the last 2 months to the MBM Vault, I will respond to you. We just got our showtime and host situation figured out last week, so we will be heading forwards with contacting and giving out interviews.
I'm so excited to be interviewing people.
Me too, actually.
I feel like interviewing people, I love interviewing people inside the program, but I feel like I already know them.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, being able to travel places and, like, do pre-recorded shows, which we'll talk about in a minute, I think that's going to be so cool.
You want to hear a fun fact?
Tell me.
I actually applied for the host position last year.
No way.
Yeah.
And you were a host, were you? No.
No. I was social media. I didn't even apply for the position.
You know what? It's crazy. I was the exact opposite. I applied for social media, and now I'm a co-host. But I still kind of do both.
Well, I remember you saying in your interview you wouldn't mind filling in, and then I took that literally and then gave you a whole position.
Well, you know, in times of need.
Yeah.
And also, I do enjoy it.
It's pretty fun. Like, once you get comfortable, it's kind of just like...
It's like you're sitting here before the show, you're, like, freaking out. The second you start, you're fine.
I just get really tired.
Really?
And then, like, the minute the camera's on, it's just like, okay.
I'm going to be so honest. The second before we start, my stomach decides to be hungry. So I'm scared that throughout the show, you're just going to hear growling.
I've had that happen before.
But you have not, I don't think. But yeah, speaking of guests, do you know where most of our guests are going to be from?
So we have some exciting things in the work. We finally have some sent artists that have reached out, so we are going to arrange those soon. And we might be having an upcoming interview with a store that sells music merchandise in Toronto.
You think they'll give us free merch?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
That's going to be in Toronto, right?
Yes.
So we're going to have to
We're hoping to do our first, like, on-site interview rather than just a gingerbread house competition in a random study room in the school coming up soon. So
yeah, if you watch that episode, it was pre-recorded. So it'll be the same thing. It'll be on Thursday, right? It'll be Thursday 9 a.m., but pre-recorded.
Yep.
It'll be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to just have new guests on and, like, hear their new music, because a lot of the enterprise, like, their managers or the A&Rs, I don't know any of their artists or, like, any of their music, so I'm excited for them to be on air, for me to hear their music.
We had more, like, updated slideshows last year.
Yeah.
We decided to, like, take a step back from that this year simply so we can focus more on lessons and other things in our actual class, whereas last year we had some, like, presentations from managers every so often to update us rather than just one at the end of the semester.
I feel like it would be pretty cool to just not even do a whole presentation, but just like a stand-up, just like quick update on what we've done.
We do that in the managers meetings, so unfortunately you guys don't get that.
Maybe next year.
We'll see.
Yeah, but
I'm hoping. I
know a lot of the A&Rs, like the genres their artists sing, like I'm not too familiar with, or like I don't really favor like the genres, so I'm excited to be like kind of pushed into it. And if we have them on air, I'm going to actually be forced to listen to it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cool.
Forced to listen
Okay, that sounded brutal, but it's going to be playing on the speakers above us.
And we can play it for everyone else.
Yeah, and it's just going to be cool, because I might end up liking it.
Yeah, speaking of genres, what's the weirdest thing you've listened to recently? I know you mentioned something over the break.
Okay, it's not, like, weird. Like,
it's not weird.
It's this, like, this isn't weird, but, like, old country. Like, really old country music. Because a lot of people in the program that I'm friends with listen to old country. And I've only listened to, like, pop country. So when I'm with them, all they play is, like, old folk country. And I'm just sitting there. At first, I hated it. I was like, can we not do this? But now, I actually, like, I don't mind it. Sometimes I hate it. Like, if they play it for, like, 5 hours straight, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. But I kind of, I can say I've added. Also, My Chemical Romance. I did not know I liked them until, like, a week ago. When my friend randomly started singing it in class. During, like, not an enterprise meeting, like a event workshop class. I was sitting there, he's just like, when I was a young boy. And I was sitting there, I was like...
You don't know that song?
No. And then I listened to it, and now it's in my repeat. And I downloaded, like, 3 songs from them. Yeah.
Good for you. You're branching out in your interests.
Yes. So, yeah, I guess I'm a My Chemical Romance, like, fan. Because Greg would play them last semester, and I would just be like... What is this?
Your history class was way different than ours.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even think we went past, like, the turn of the century.
What did we go up to? We went up to, like, modern day, yeah.
No, I think he warned us at the beginning of the class that he wasn't very versed in like more modern.
He was very versed when we did it.
Yeah, we focused a lot on the 70s.
Really?
Like a lot.
I think we did
70s.
for like 2 weeks, but I don't know. We kind of just went over each century because we did the history presentation, which everyone had a genre, and each genre went up to modern day.
So did ours.
So he would just go up to modern day when he went over it in the second part of class.
But our professor didn't, so we didn't get to listen to anything that we'd be more familiar with.
One thing I will never forget is that Greg did not like country music. Greg was not a country fan.
I didn't know that.
Okay, maybe he is a country fan, but he would diss it so hard.
Huh.
He'd be like, it's all about tractors, dogs, and women.
And beer.
Yeah, and I'd just sit there and I'd be like, okay. Cool.
I like women country music. That's as much as I have.
Yeah, my first semester block, I remember half of us loved country music, the other half absolutely hated it. So it would always be kind of like a debate.
I like the really aggressive got broke up with or is being cheated on women country music.
I think I do
Super
too.
empowering.
And I hope he cheats.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, I don't know.
We can move on to something else, if I can think of anything. Oh, what's my most interesting sort of music listening to habits?
Classical.
No, actually, 'cause that's a regular thing for me because I'm a band kid.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
So
Guys, Abigail is a band kid. Get it branded.
No,
What?
that's not.
Let's do it. I'll get shirts made. I'll do it in graphic design.
Yeah, but if someone ever asks me to play a music instrument, it's not going to end up well.
You can try your best.
It's been so long. I don't think I've played any instruments since June of 2022.
That's not that long ago.
That was almost 2 years ago.
That's not too long. Maybe it's like...
It is when you haven't read sheet music since then, and then you realize that you don't know where the A is on the treble clef.
I cannot read sheet music. I don't know how to do it. I don't understand.
It's kind of like the easiest language you could learn, I'd
Really?
say. Yeah.
Because I haven't tried since elementary school.
That'll probably
Because
do it.
I couldn't do it in elementary school.
I'm not very good at the bass clef, and don't ask me about the alto clef because that'll never happen. Never see me playing an alto saxophone. So, do you know what the bass clef is?
No.
So, you know how the piano is really long, right?
Yes.
So, obviously there's got to be a lot of notes.
Yeah.
So you'll have your treble clef, which is 5 lines and 4 spaces.
Yeah.
And then you have your bass clef, which is underneath it.
Oh.
So you'll have a little section in the middle where you slowly go down to the bass clef.
Like me learning.
It's like a piano. That's basically what it is. You just climb up.
Okay. Maybe I'll try.
Look, you've got some music lessons, and you just gotta remember the acronyms that they tell you in the second grade, where the notes are, and then you just kind of go from there.
Okay. I know it. I'll take notes.
Maybe I'll teach you so I can relearn myself.
Maybe we could take hours.
Take hours for learning how to read sheet music.
Team bonding. Abigail gives Kim, or co-host bonding time. Abigail gives Kim lesson in music.
Yep.
So, anyways, what would you say the genre that is most...
It's not a genre in specific, but I find myself
song.
listening to a lot of soundtracks.
Like movie soundtracks?
Kind of. Not lyrical soundtracks. There's no singing.
Okay. So classical.
Kind of.
Instrumental
music, yeah. So I find myself listening to soundtracks from I'm trying to every movie name just escaped my brain. Like Howl's Moving Castle and
very different.
Movies like that. And not proud of this, but as a kid that played video games, specifically Minecraft, in 2012.
Yeah.
Minecraft background music.
Is that elevator music?
It's kind of like elevator music,
it's
but
just
super.
Do you listen to it just
while
you're just trying to jam
study.
out, or while you're studying?
No, not
okay.
not jam out.
Also,
that is not jam out music.
I was like,
It's very background music when I listen to it.
So it's like listening to lo-fi.
It's literally that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I listen to a lot of movie soundtracks too. High School Musical, the musical, the series, not the normal High School Musical. But
I would rather listen to the High School the Musical.
I listen to both, but I say I listen to the soundtrack from the show more because they have more original songs that are just good, and they're also sung by Olivia Rodrigo, so it just sounds like they're songs by Olivia Rodrigo. But I was a big fan of that show.
I like the songs from, who was it? I think it was Georgia in second year. Came into class one day singing. It was event workshop last week, and she came in singing the one song at the end of the first High School Musical movie, like that.
What time is it?
Together. So we all just like slowly started softly singing it in class.
That would be magical.
Well, Tony was trying to get us to move tables, and
you have an in-person class with Tony? I wish.
Well, it's our event workshop class.
Oh.
So, because he runs Oshawa Music Week with the second years.
Okay, because mine's with Catherine.
Well, we had Marnie. So, like, you kind of, like, you do your first, do you know how it works? So, yeah, you guys have your, like, 3 events as first years that are under Oshawa Music Week, which is mostly run by second years.
I think in the next segment, I'm going to ask you how that was planning an event next year, or last year, because
I hated it. But that's nothing against, like, the class. I don't like event planning.
Really?
So
I love it.
And I got stuck in a situation that I wasn't comfortable in. So.
Oh, that's not good.
It's fine. It's over now. Should we move on?
Yeah, should we go to music break or?
Absolutely. Let's go for it.
So, coming up after the music break, we'll be talking more in depth with Alyssa.
Coming up after the... Oh, what did you do? Coming up after the music break, we'll be talking more in depth with Coming Up After the Music Break. We'll be talking with Alyssa and Nami from our team.
Yes.
After the music break, we'll be talking with Nami and Alyssa from our social media team. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media at DCSA Media Hub and at MBM Vault. We're going to play you some music. Here's Is It a Crime by No Guidance and Stick Season by Noah Khan, live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca.
Yes.
Welcome back to the MBM Vault. We're your hosts, Abigail Hamilton.
And I'm Kim Shugovin, and today we're here with some of our social media content team, Nanami and Alyssa. Woo! Jazz hands. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Did you guys do anything cool over your break? Anything stand out?
I did a lot of sleeping.
Yeah,
really?
Same.
Yeah.
Did you watch any new shows, any movies?
Yeah, I binge watched Twin Peaks.
What is that?
It's a show
from
the 90s. And I've become obsessed with it, so.
What's it about? What is it about?
It's kind of like, it's like a murder mystery.
Oh my, wait. I think I might have watched it.
It's from like 1990, I think.
I definitely watched it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you watch any shows?
Yeah, I also binge watched Japanese drama.
Ooh.
All episodes is 20, but I watched just for 2 days.
Dang.
Fair.
Sounds like we did a lot of binging.
I watched a lot of horror movies.
But a lot of sleeping.
Me too, actually.
I watched the 2 movies that came out, I think, in 2022. The ones that I like. The first movie came out at the beginning of 2022, and then, like, the prequel came out later in 2022. I could be wrong. But it's, like, the one's called X, and then one's called Pearl.
Oh, X. Isn't Jenna Ortega in that?
Yes.
Yes.
Pearl,
that's a good movie.
That is such a good movie.
Those are some interesting movies.
Yeah.
Did any of you watch that movie on Netflix? It's called, like, This Is Where the World Ends, or The World Ends.
I think I was going to, but I haven't had a chance
yet.
The
ending made me angry.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the girl, like the little girl that's obsessed with Friends?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw the ending on TikTok, and I was just like, maybe I should
like, The World Ends,
this.
or This Is How It Ends, something like that. But it's basically about, like, the world ending.
Is it?
But the world never actually ends in the movie. I don't know.
Is it on Netflix?
Yeah, it's like a Netflix original.
Oh, is it with
I forget her, Julia
Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
saw that too.
It's a good movie till you get to the end.
Yeah.
And it just ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, the whole ending's kind of...
You watched it?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
That's how I feel.
I watched the majority of the Saw series. I haven't finished it yet.
Never seen the Saw series.
I watched the 2 Conjuring movies.
Those are the best movies to watch.
I think I rewatched the first Insidious.
Oh
also
my
the
gosh,
best movies
how many
to watch.
horror movies?
A lot.
Do you watch Paranormal Activity?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
I love paranormal. I like
The Descent.
like real horror.
I think it's cool.
Have you seen The Descent?
No.
Is that horror?
Yeah.
The Descent.
I would suggest if you ever watch The Descent, bring a water bottle.
Why?
Mostly because it's about, like, this group of people that go, like exploring in like in a cave kind of thing.
Oh wait.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the scariest scene in the entire movie happens within like the first half hour, and then the rest of the movie is like, yeah, this is great, but not as scary as that one scene that probably wasn't meant to be the scary scene.
Is it on Netflix?
No idea. I think it's actually on Prime, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
That just
Yeah, I think I watched the trailer for it, but I don't think I actually watched it.
It's from like 2002 or something. I don't know. It's old.
Amazon Prime original movies are actually really good. Like I've been watching them, and they're actually.
Yeah, they have some pretty good, like, sometimes I feel like they have better music, or better they have better movies than I would say even Netflix sometimes.
I mean, speaking of music, did you listen to music over the break, either of you?
Oh, yeah. I've been listening to a lot of Troye Sivan, his new album.
Blue
like,
Neighborhood
just
is so good.
on repeat for me. Also, Renee Rapp, been obsessed with her.
She's like the big thing right now.
She's-
Also,
yeah,
how
I've
did
heard
she
of her.
like star in Mean Girls and then
Oh, that
also
one.
top on the
Okay.
charts?
I got it.
I know,
got it.
right?
and she performed at like the New York City ball drop, and I was just like, that's wild.
Yeah, well, I never, like, heard of her until, like, I would say it was the New York
Yeah.
thing. And then I was like, oh,
It's like
who's this?
wild. Her music is number 1 on the charts, and her movie is also number 1.
Like, I didn't even
on the
know she was,
charts.
like, starring in Mean Girls, and then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's the same person.
It took me like a week to realize they're the same.
I haven't seen the new Mean Girls movie.
It's
but
a
I keep-
musical.
It's
Yeah,
a
I keep-
musical, and
oh.
I did
I've
not...
never watched.
I keep
I,
seeing the
like-
TikToks sounds of like the original musical like soundtrack and then the movie, and it's
Like,
such a depressing
I think it's
difference.
such a weird thing. I didn't know Wonka was like a musical either until
Is it?
Yeah, Wonka, and they just don't show you that in the trailer.
Well, the thing is with Wonka, like, they have songs in the original.
Yeah.
But, like, with Mean Girls, like, I'm a big Mean Girls fan.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
not knowing it was a musical, like, I haven't seen the movie yet, but
Mhm.
I've seen, like, TikToks and stuff about it. It's very, like, very upsetting to me.
Yeah.
Because
I know
some
Mean
of
Girls
the-
is a big musical on Broadway, but I
Yeah.
didn't know they were
Yeah,
gonna do
well,
that.
Yeah.
it makes sense to be on Broadway because
Yeah.
It's weird for
Broadway.
them to reference like
But
the original movie
in the
so
actual
much,
movie.
but go
but
like
adding-
the musical route
yeah.
with it.
And
Like, 'cause
apparently-
Tina Fey is in it.
Yeah, apparently it's, like, mostly music, too. So,
Crazy.
Maybe we take a little field trip.
Speaking of, I'm gonna out myself as a full-on nerd here. Speaking of things that have music in them, do I really want to say this out loud?
You've started.
what?
Okay, I watched the new Doctor Who Christmas special that
What is-
came out this year. It's a big British sci-fi show.
Oh,
if you're wondering.
They have
Yes.
a new Christmas special.
Well, they have a Christmas special every year.
Oh, I
because
didn't know that.
it's like a British thing. But
It's a British thing.
basically, there's like a musical number in the middle of the episode, and I'm just like, this is not what I expected from a Doctor Who episode, but I guess here we are. Threw me off. It was a really good episode. I will say that. I'm very excited
Did
for
the
the new
song
season.
at least
Was it like
sound
an
It was
original
okay.
song, or like they sung
It-
like a Christmas song? Or
I
something?
honestly can't even remember. I was just like mostly focusing on the fact that Doctor Who was singing.
See, that I experienced the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing
kind of-
when I was watching Riverdale, and they all just started singing.
Speaking
And then I
of
stopped
That
watching.
was-
You know
that
what
was
else?
weird.
the
Immediately.
new Hunger Games movie.
They sang in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's just
You can't
constantly
take
singing.
my
The amount of
breath.
secondhand embarrassment you get from that movie is crazy.
Do they sing like Olivia's song or is it
No,
like
she's like a singer in the movie.
Yeah.
Like the lead character, she like sings like a folk song.
oh
You probably heard it before, but I don't want to sing it.
Yeah, you listen to it and you're like, oh, it's
she's
that
the
song.
she's the girl that's gonna
Snow White.
Snow White.
That's
Yeah.
who that is?
Yeah.
And there's like
Oh.
controversy
But people don't
around
like her
that.
as Snow White, but
Yeah,
they love her
and
in
there's,
Hunger
like-
Games.
I didn't.
It's like controversial.
I didn't like her.
Really? I want to see
Yeah.
that so bad. Someone please
I
say
liked
that.
the guy
Just-
that played. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher this.
I don't know.
We're just hating on this
Coriolanus?
actor and we don't even know her name.
Oh,
I didn't like her acting.
Um,
Maybe I just didn't like the character, but I didn't like it. So
wow.
the movie was good though.
Was it a 2-hour movie?
I think so. It was
Hunger
really long.
Games?
Well,
I
they
Was
usually
Katniss
are.
in it?
No, it's
I was
like,
going
like
to-
70 years before she.
Oh.
I was going to
was
see
Hunger
it
Games.
and then
80. No, 50.
I found out it was out of the theater, so it's kind of disappointing.
But I watched The Boy and the Heron in theaters.
What is that?
Same.
What did I watch?
So good.
It's
I
a new
watched
Ghibli
Ruza-
movie.
So good.
Yeah, it was
oh
so
my
good.
god.
Oh, isn't that like anime?
Yeah.
Was Hunger Games the last movie you saw in theaters?
I didn't see it in theaters. I saw
Oh.
it in the comfort of my own living room.
What did I watch? I watched Aquaman during the break. It was
My parents watched that the other day.
It was interesting.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
How many Aquamans are there? It's like it
Too
seems
many.
like there should be.
I don't know, and I've never seen any of them.
And
I'll
then-
plan on
Seems
it.
like there's like 5 by now.
Last week I watched Night Swim, which is like a scary movie. It was not scary. Or
You know
a
what?
good movie.
I actually liked
It was not
so-
scary.
Yeah.
Anyways, what you guys do social media on our team? What
Yes.
are your specific roles? Like, what app do you do?
I do Instagram, so I mainly do like announcement posts, and I do like our like new show posts as well. And then I do Instagram stories. So I've started up again today with Song of the Day, which I love doing. So
Do you want to kind of talk about what that is for a second?
yeah, so Song of the Day displays all of our team's favorite songs each day,
Yep.
and little descriptions on why we like them. So
Exactly. How about you?
I'm in charge of TikTok,
She makes the coolest TikToks ever.
Vanessa.
Yep.
and the last semester I posted each week, every week, something video
Yeah.
fun to watch. I hope this semester too. I hope to post every week.
We'll make it happen.
yeah, we
We'll do
did
it.
some pretty cool stuff with TikTok.
Yeah.
We try to stay up to date with the trends.
We try. Well, Nanami does it because the rest of us. are
Sometimes we
capable.
struggle. I remember we tried to do that one trend last year where you get like tapped on the shoulder. What do you listen to?
Oh my
But
god,
we were like
I suck
dropping
at
a
that.
pen.
that was.
But so fun to
tried.
Yeah,
make a video.
Abby was like
Everyone.
totally mad at me for that because
you
I
kept,
was
like,
not cooperating.
You're walking way too fast. So can I like
I
speed
can't
walking
keep up to you.
Because like I had to take a moment to like bend down and get the pen, and then I
Yeah.
look up and she's like all the way down the hall.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm like,
It
what?
took many times.
don't make
right?
fun of me. I'm just like a fast walker, so I can't help it.
Well, we're all looking forward to what you guys are going to produce this year, and I think as a full female cast/team, I think
Yeah.
we're ready to take on anything.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's the end of our show today. So we look forward to seeing you back here next week.
You can follow us or find all our social medias on our Instagram, MBM Vault. And don't forget that you can follow the DCSA Media Hub, which is Riot Radio.
And here's Coffee Cake by Benson Poon playing us out live from the Media Hub on riotradio.ca.